Hello my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind Let's Play Master Detective Archive Rank Code for Nintendo Switch. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today, while I have no idea what's going on, I don't have any theories, I think Vivia knows the truth, and I think the truth is bad, which makes me believe that one of our friends was involved. You know, I have a really crazy theory. And this is like truly the most crazy thing you've ever probably heard someone say about this case if you've watched many Let's Players play this game. But here's my absolutely crazy theory. The person who did this was Kurumi Wendy. I know, she hasn't even been involved really in this case. She's not been anywhere in this secret lab. She got left behind. How in the world could Kurumi Wendy be involved? To answer that question, I have no idea. I'm just throwing out the most ridiculous name I can think of that's not a part of the core detectives. Because I don't think the core detectives, I don't think the game would let them just die. Now, Yako is dying, so there's a very high chance that yes, the game will let one of them die. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, if there has to be someone in our circle who did it that is most devastating to us, the names are few. It would either be Yako, the guy who brought us in to the detective agency, or it'd be Kurumi Wendy, who is kind of like, you know, someone we want to be our girlfriend. I don't know. I'm really stretching here, aren't I? I'm really stretching. Let's not waste more time with just random theories. If it is Kurumi Wendy, I would be smack shocked. I don't even know if that's a word, but I would just be floored and devastated. And that's probably why I said her name, because I think she would be the most devastating answer to this case. Whew. Let's get going. Hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today as we enter the restricted area.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab,
we'd be dead.
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Aw, so close.
Well, you wouldn't be able to do anything either.
you want that?
But the doctor's plan failed and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
And again, that goes to what I said earlier. Maybe Kurumi Wendy knew somehow about this, and by killing the doctor, it saved our lives. So she did it to save us, not knowing that by doing that, it dooms her. I'm starting to talk myself into this. I want to stop, FlightlessBird, stop! You're already depressed over what happened with The Expanse Episode 3. Stop it! Just focus on this.
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Good question. I mean, there's a lot of good questions in this case. I still have no idea how, why, anything. I don't understand how this works. Oh, this is cool.
Where are we?
What the heck? This is really neat though.
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
This is one of the coolest things I've seen yet.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master! This looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
The culprit entered the lab before Armor Pal.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death! We're at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
The culprit entered the lab before Armor Pal, yes or no? I think the answer to this is a yes. Because the Armor Pal had the footprint on him, right? What if it was someone with us?
To go into the doctor's lab. He already had a knife stuck in him.
What if it... No, it wasn't someone with us. Armor Pal was by itself. There's no one else that could have just snuck past us. Although our attention was on disabling the security. What if someone, when we were disabling the security, ran past us because our attention was on the disabling and we couldn't see the door? So we disabled the security, opened the door, someone went in. When Armor Pal enters, they knock over Armor Pal, which gives them time to kill the doctor. No. They run in, they kill the doctor, they turn around, they knock Armor Pal over, then they run out and they go hide. We run past and then they leave. That could be a possible way to do this.
Which means he was murdered before Armor Pal entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer? Is correct!
Huzzah! I mean, that was obvious.
Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
Uh-oh.
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Armor Pal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Armor Pal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Armor Pal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
I forgot to run when they were talking because I was too busy listening to talk. And because of that, we saw a long way to run. But we're getting there. There we are.
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in.
Yes, I mean, I think if we figure out the how, it'll help us figure out the who. Sort of like you have to walk before you run.
Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
And again, he is very resistant to say anything about what's going on.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
What was the culprit before the crime? What was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
Huh.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where?
Oh dear lord, I am not going to do well with this. Where was the... Oh my god, this is... this... I mean... I kind of want to say this. They were right outside the door. I mean, that makes sense. Saying they were right outside here makes sense too. I have no idea where to click on this thing. I think they could be here. I also think they could have been here. I'm not going to do all this. I mean, granted, there should only be like 5 possible choices, right? So it's either gotta probably be here or here. I'm just gonna say they were out in the lobby. I don't know. I do not know at all. I don't even have a guess. I don't even have a logic. I don't have an educated guess. I don't have anything.
As long as the security was still live, no one could enter the doctor's room, don't you think?
Yes.
So you're saying they were in the room?
At least one detective was always in the front chamber, yes? So the culprit couldn't have been there.
Right.
Okay, well, let me go with one of my initial guesses.
Here.
I should have started with that! I should have started with that because I was
here.
I should have. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. I'm so mad at myself.
Yay! It opened!
Like, I didn't have a guess. I didn't have an educated guess. I didn't have anything. I just had an instinct. And I said it's probably either there or there. And then when he said, oh, well, you know, that the security. So I said, okay, well, it must be the room. And I said, okay, well, the next thing. Oh, man,
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapel, the culprit had to have already made their way inside. But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Really? I thought that was the room where you, like, step on the things. I didn't realize that was a decant. I don't even think I realized what that thing was.
Yeah.
Another mystery solved. How far are you planning to go, Yuma?
By the way,
Right, you went inside the decontamination device to check it out. Nice memory. I don't remember that at all. I don't even think I clicked on the right thing for the right reason. I mean, that's very, it's attorney-like, but...
to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah. The culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And from
Whoa.
there, Yuma, you guided Amapel to the doctor's lab.
It's like Hogwarts all of a
So the
sudden.
culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible? Only Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
That's correct.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied.
What if the person knew the code because they already saw the code
Another fork in
happen?
the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
What if the person knew the door panels because they were there? I'm trying to think, who was with us when we were setting up the armor pal? Because I'm thinking Fubuki could have saw the armor pal move due to the door panels. And then she could have turned back time. And the thing is, we might not even know she had turned back time. Because if she had used it on her own without us being connected to her via coalescence, no one would have known that time was changed. So she could have used her turn ability to move the robot through, turn back time, then gone through, then kill the doctor, and then turn back time. My brain hurts. How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
I'm guessing as a shield. That's my initial gut reaction. I don't think it was as a weapon.
Huh? What do you mean, use Amapal as a shield?
Amapal is supposed to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it, right? The culprit may have used Amapal as a shield against the security system.
It's not where I was going with that.
So, the culprit followed behind Amapal to avoid the toxic gas and explosions?
I get it! You're so smart, Master!
I still understand the poison one.
Really? I don't think so.
Hey! Master just showed off how smart and logical
I was thinking
he
about
is.
the electrocution room one. This is gonna be wrong, isn't it? This is like Indiana Jones, except a lot more demented.
Wasn't smart after all.
Oh, shush.
Take it from the top.
Toxic gas can be bypassed with Amapal. No, it can't.
Yeah! Even if Amapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect the culprit from the toxic gas.
That was my one problem that I can't figure out. The high voltage shocks can be bypassed with Amapal. That's correct.
It's gonna crush us!
What? No, that's correct.
Even though Amapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand the high voltage shock from the panel chamber.
You can if you can turn back time. I don't know how it can be used as a weapon though. So is it neither? Like, my gut instinct says armor, then neither, then weapon.
Which means it'd be impossible to use Amapal to protect yourself.
You can if you can turn back time.
You're only realizing this now. At this rate, you'll be a grandpa before you stop being a rookie.
Oh, please.
Perhaps you will improve in the next life.
You guys are no help.
I'm trying my best in this life.
Is this gonna be another situation where none of them are the correct answer?
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor. Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon, and the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
Great.
That was the wrong answer! Come on, Master! Huh? We're...
Okay, this is different. This is good.
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
This is not different. This is bad.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
I really feel like we're just going in circles. I mean, could this truly be a perfect crime? Where was the call? Oh, come on.
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
Then we'll just keep doing loops.
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again.
Yeah, that.
We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Really, dude?
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one. We're back at
Just one thing then.
Where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at, how did the culprit use Amapal? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
Help him out more! More!
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right? At that moment, only the culprit and Amapal were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
Like, what?
The culprit did something to Amapal?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them. Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
I'm drawing a blank.
Something strange. Hey, now that you mention it, back then...
What happened?
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapal sees.
You mean when there was a momentary power outage?
It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Whoa, what was that?
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized.
Huh?
There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapal.
Okay, I do remember that, but I don't remember How that... Like, what could have happened there?
It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapal's camera showed the culprit.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange?
Yeah, because you went in, you would have seen anyone else in the room.
The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapal, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera? If the culprit went past Amapal to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Now that you mention it...
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapal's camera?
I'm trying to think of all of our abilities that we have. And based on our detective abilities, disguise wouldn't work. Time travel could work, because you can put yourself in the spot that you went at before. But still, wouldn't someone see you do it if you did?
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single answer?
Who has the power to disappear?
Sheesh. I talk too much.
One mystery after another!
What caused Amapal's malfunction in the airlock? Where was the culprit before the crime? Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? How did the culprit use Amapal? Is this starting to look more and more like Fubuki? Like, am I just convincing myself of that? Because I don't want to convince myself of Kurumi. Now, I think both of them would be devastating, but at the same time, I don't know of anyone else who has the power to manipulate this case except her.
What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Nope, there's not plenty of time.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Alright, well, thanks.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All of this can be solved with just one answer?
Inside Amapal? How about behind Amapal? Could someone have hit it inside him? Was the doctor involved? Wow, I'm doing horrible at this. Okay, well, only one more choice left. On top. As transportation. He's on top, that's the only way. What caused malfunction? They jumped on it. They were on top of the head.
I got it! The culprit rode on Amapel's head, using it as a method of transportation.
The door opened!
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
By the way, look at the also reflection on the right side of the screen of the wall showing Yuma's face.
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
So someone wrote it in, but that still doesn't explain how they got past the poison gas.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapel.
Uh-huh.
What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapel and used it to get through. After we left Amapel in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device. Then they jumped on Amapel's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable. Amapel can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
The shoe print on Amapel's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it.
It was caused by
left there
someone
the
jumping
culprit
off.
hopping on and off.
Yeah.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
But what about the
You're right.
poison?
If it's true, then it does solve all of the previous mysteries.
Doesn't solve the poison though. They still would have been poisoned.
Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
Okay, she's got a point
But
there, but
you-
still.
Have you not realized it?
Whoa, that was weird.
You're still missing something. One major mystery remains.
Is it the poison? Because that's what I'm stuck on.
What's with that huge sigh?
The greatest mystery of this case should appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
Back in this room again.
This is the panel chamber.
Oh, this is different.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
When did the couple get off Amapel?
Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved, so let's clear it out.
Beats me.
We want to have it possible for them to get into the room ahead of us. When going through the door. Because the thing was kicked off as it entered the door, right? I guess not. Okay, so it would have been probably before opening the doors so you can move to the left. Because with the door open, it sticks out like that. Remember the other day when I was doing so well in this game? Yeah, that's not today. Okay, while I open the door, it's obviously while I open the door, right? Everyone knew that. I just wanted to see the other options for you all, that's all. Okay, maybe not.
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapel entered the room, which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapel at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
Like this?
I still get how riding on the robot would have allowed you to get past the poison gas. Because you would have been exposed to that. Oh dear lord. He's back.
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
There's Fabricus Ford again.
The culprit hopped off Amapal as the door opened,
Whoa, that's trippy.
then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit, the
Shoot.
camera would have caught it. No one would do something so risky. The crime would have been exposed. The culprit must be really lucky. What? Did they use some sort of special power?
Right there. Power.
Right.
It's looking more and more like Fubuki did it. If Amapal's came out running, he would have seen the culprit. Obviously that didn't happen, but would they really have used such a risky method to break in? Was Amapal's camera even working? That might be the first thing you need to confirm. Does something seem off to Master? Let's check the sushi keys then. Hold on. What you just said. Amapal certainly has many features. The ends of the arms are, remember this, extending or retracting the arm that controls to the camera and body do not function. So we never saw it. So how does it do it for Fabricus
The
Ford?
culprit hopped off Amapal as the door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door.
I hate the timing of the jumps.
That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line
Whoa.
of sight changed just a bit, the camera would have caught it. No one would do something so risky.
I didn't know. I didn't see that one coming.
The crime would have been exposed.
I'm doing horrible on this one.
The culprit must be really lucky.
How's I do with luck? Oh, come on! You know what I'm trying to say?
That's right.
I'm trying to. I don't know how to say it. That's the
The
problem.
door opened,
I'm not sure how to say what I want to say.
in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist.
That's. It's not this one.
Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
Right here.
I'll slash through this mystery.
That's the one I need to hit. I'm so glad I got off the Fubuki train in my mind.
It's designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
you little maggots, don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
All right. That one could have gone a lot better, but we're still going.
I get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens. Whoever planned this must have really wanted the doctor dead.
But why?
I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display? A room of nightmares?
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
Again?
Oh, come on!
With this thing!
Go away!
Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right?
Yeah?
If the door opened and an intruder entered, how could the doctor not have noticed?
Because he's partially...
So what if he did notice?
He's deaf, right?
It's not a big deal.
I mean, I've heard it.
Yes, it is. If he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him.
Not necessarily.
Which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back.
No, it's not necessarily. He was
That
deaf.
piece of trash is right. Your logic is flawed.
Hey, what are you, on the Phantom side now?
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake!
I think we know what to do here. Yeah, I think we know what to do here.
Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed,
What?
it wouldn't be from behind.
Yeah, would have been.
That's all impossible!
It's not possible. Whoa. Okay, the one from behind is all we need to repel.
Master!
There should be a contradiction somewhere. You gotta find it and repel it. Okay, I'll try. You're going on the wrong assumptions
Damn
here.
it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
My claim doesn't hold up!
Oh, I just barely hit that before it hit me. Oh, man. Ooh.
No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way!
Yeah, I could have. Feels nice when actually no one answered to something.
The culprit
Information on Huesca. Hearing issues.
very quickly entered the lab.
Whoa, that was
But
fast.
the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way you missed an intruder.
Whoa!
It is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
Did we use it on that one or the
Unless
one he
you
is
think
noisy?
The doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged?
No.
Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming.
Here, he would have heard someone coming. That's the one we need to hit. That's why you always wait for one round to go through. Oh, if there was a noise, he would have looked toward it and see the culprit. So when he noticed, it would have been waiting for him to keep his back turned.
Maybe.
So did the doctor not notice the intruder? It might be a good idea to check solution keys and review what we know about the doctor.
The culprit quickly.
Okay, I had the right one. So I just gotta survive through all these things. That's
But the
really
doctor was
fast.
in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any
Ooh.
trace of him being drugged? Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming.
This is the truth.
Okay, we didn't do good on the first Phantom fight. We did good on the second one though.
Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense. Say what? There's a gaping hole in your logic. And there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate.
I can't use the log. Shoot! I like accidentally missed the line there.
Because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
He made the same.
I refuse to see the truth?
Yeah, he said the same thing Vivia said.
Vivia said the same thing, but
It's strange, don't you think? Is it?
huh?
Can't keep messing up. I'm like involved, and I can't use the stupid chat function.
You've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
That's because the culprit is the hitman.
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? And that would end the labyrinth.
Well, you kind of need to know who the hitman is, right?
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back, unless we solve all the mysteries first.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
Hmm?
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth. That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reasoning.
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. Just ignore this guy and keep going.
Oh, hey!
All the dots. Hmm.
Yuma. Yuma.
Jeez, go away!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation.
What is the huge hole?
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we? The culprit took advantage of Amapal's locked position and entered the lab.
Mm-hmm.
And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapal while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
Which is?
How did the culprit get past security?
What?
We already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapal as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
Oh.
So I'm more concerned about the poison. Oh, come on!
This is
Go
the end for
away!
you. You have nowhere left to go!
Oh, come on! Why now?
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kanai Ward! As the king of Amaterasu Corporation and the guardian of Kanai Ward, I will stop you here and now!
Perhaps this too is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth? Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not, I won't look away from the truth.
Yeah.
I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the Chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Good luck, you'll never find it. You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blind mice. You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will never come!
Alright, Phantom Fight number 3 in one video. Wow. Just non-stop Yomi Hell Smiles today. I don't think I'm any closer to the truth that I am now that I was 45 minutes ago. Ghost Swarm traits, security log for
Keep
Buki's 14.
playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery! How did the culprit get past the security?
Whoa.
The critical lab security system was always live.
It was?
There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
There is one who can.
Don't tell me the culprit is a robot.
There is one who can. How did the culprit break through the panel chamber? We at least had Amapal with us to disable the security system. Did you notice anything else weird at the time? Think hard.
That's right.
As far as the panel chamber goes. You cannot touch anything. It cannot take over someone else's body. Nor can it be heard. You cannot touch anything. So if you went ghost form, you could have gotten past security, but you can't kill the. You couldn't have killed the guy. Breaker shows the security system was disabled an hour ago. You might come and use Amapal to disable the security. Last time it was disabled before that was 9 days ago. In other words, until Unit and company disabled it, the security system had been running without issue for the past 9 days. Robica's work can turn back time was used while controlling Amapal. The traits of the ability are as follows. Reversing time consumes a lot of energy. Time has been turned back once, it cannot be turned back beyond that point. Time has been turned back once. It cannot be turned back beyond that point. So if Fubuki helps us guide Amapal, If Fubuki helps us guide Amapal, couldn't she have used that time? No. Because we were holding her hand, weren't we? I have no idea. I don't know.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get...
This has to be
Security.
something. Whoa!
The critical lab security system was always live.
Was always
There
live.
was no way to reach them.
Wait, was it always live? It was disabled when we used it.
The doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
I'll slash through this mystery.
We know, Fubuki, you helped us get through it. That's the only reason I picked that. Are they trying to say that Fubuki did it? But why would she do it, though? If she did do it.
A human could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage shocks kept destroying Amapel.
Yes.
But we reversed time every time that happened.
We did. And you can't go back beyond a point of time. So there's no way Fubuki could have done it, because she couldn't have gotten past the first room until we disabled the security. And then we would have seen her run forward, right?
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, you went back in time. But while that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amapel. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
Yeah? That's true? That's horrifying to think of, too. But they would have never felt it. To them, they got through on the first try. But in some version of them, they did die multiple times.
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
Jeez.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence. But if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
No.
Betray me?
It's up to you, Yuma.
No, don't.
This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do?
I had to move forward. I mean, I die if I don't. And at the end of the day, it is the truth.
It's time to decide your past and your future.
Why, Vivia?
Are we fighting him now? Wow, we are. Toxic gas property, stab in the back. Hold on. Wrong button. In about 30 minutes after exposure, death is certain. This is the one that still makes me confused. Someone's back. Prior to the blackout, a researcher witnessed a dark silhouette pass through the shadows. Let's look at this first.
How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber?
That I don't know.
To avoid the gas.
I don't know this one.
The culprit. Brit would surely die. You should already know this, right? The gas is a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify its toxicity.
No ability.
Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching Weska.
No, that's not true.
Get past the gas chamber.
You had 30 minutes. That's not true. You had 30 minutes.
Right.
It sure does seem it's impossible to get around the gas. But the culprit definitely made it through the toxic gas chamber. Is there actually a way to avoid the gas? What could it be? For now, let's check the info on the toxic gas. There must be something we're forgetting. No, I'm not forgetting.
How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas. The culprit would surely die.
The culprit would die.
You should already know this, right? The gas is a special trait.
Shh.
The gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify its toxicity. Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching Weska.
This is the truth.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Does that mean Yako? I'm saying Yako. Does that mean Yako could have done it? Because that's why he ends up dying?
If you pass through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you.
So him dying was... It was all staged, maybe? Like his death?
Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas, and no fortes that can nullify it. There's only one way you could get through it.
Is to get poisoned.
Do nothing. You endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the truth. I can't believe it. But
So the...
if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
So the reason that I couldn't square up the toxic gas is because there is no way to square it up. It is going to happen.
Then they...
the culprit... The culprit is...
Someone who...
Appears you finally glimpsed the truth. Yuma. Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes? Isn't this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
The culprit has to be someone who's dead. Or dying. There's only one person that it could be.
Yomi's mystery phantom and Vivia both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up until now, the Mystery Labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And that's because it's a reflection of my own reluctance.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is?
No.
It's the hitman, right?
No, it's not.
The truth is worthless. Nothing has less value in this isolated, rainy city. No one wants the truth. Not even you! Now, rot away and die right here! No one will get in my way. Kanai Lord, Amaterasu! They both belong to me!
Here we go again.
If the culprit carried out the crime like you deduced, then they should be dead from the toxic gas.
Oh, that's tricky.
But no one at the scene has died from poisoning.
It's too fast.
If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
What? The timing is
Right
off.
that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas. But that was part of the culprit's plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth? Your world will fall apart. The world that you believed in.
Your deduction is wrong. Don't disturb the peace. It's not even worth debating. Is this the best you can do to refute it? Just give up and die!
The culprit started that by using the hitman.
This, I'll expose the truth.
The culprit misrepresented their death by using the hitman. The culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas. So they used the hitman to cover up their own death.
Use the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor.
It was
They
hard
were
to
hired
assassinate
to cover
the.
up the culprit's death by
Yeah.
toxic gas.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor?
That's correct.
But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the hitman?
No, it's all a ploy.
All you would need is a similar knife. The story of Fink the slaughter artist using a knife inscribed with the letter F is well known.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the slaughter artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
So it was all a ruse? The real culprit made it look like the hitman did it?
Stop. Stop! You useless garbage!
Why is he resisting it though?
To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Wesker was killed by the hitman!
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
You know,
Real culprit.
we all know.
The real culprit is
And we don't wanna.
The time has finally come, Yuma. It's time for you to acknowledge what you've known all along. If the tiny crack spreads any further, the mirror will shatter, exposing the chaos of the real world. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth? Then, show me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the hitman's target. I know. I've known all along.
Now, expose the truth. Do it if you want to burn the world down.
Defeat Yumi with the key. What was the clue leading to the true culprit? Missing file? The photo? The death threat. I'm guessing it's a threat. I'm guessing it's not the threat.
No, this isn't the right solution key. I should be able to tell if I look inside.
Master?
This was placed as though someone was trying to conceal it. It should lead me to the truth.
Someone, that's the photo. It's a photo then. Because it was placed. The other thing was taken. But what is the photo?
The bloodstained photo found in the hallway near the lab. There was a person pictured with a woman. That was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face, but I know who it is.
Yako?
It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No! Stop! Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but... Good luck, Master! I'm always by your side, haunting you!
No, that's... Oh, okay. I was about to say, there's no way that's Yomi. There's just no way. Who is the true culprit? Yomi House Smile. Yako. Vivia. Or Pick. I'm sorry.
Damn it!
Huh?
Chief. Yako.
Sucks.
Huh? Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab. In other words, the chief was the hitman's target. But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant. He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target, and the chief tried to conceal it. Which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit?
Yeah, we are.
Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either, but there's no other way.
It has to do with the girl in the photo.
Don't forget this stuff.
Battle with Vivia. The anemic vampire is gonna throw questions at you back to back. Press the correct button when you think you got the incorrect answer.
The phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway. Because it's something I must do. While the chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat?
Who organized it? Dr. Wesker must pay for his sins with his life. My blade shall be his atonement. Why would the chief send it like his killer?
If he was the killer.
Because he wanted us all there.
Yuma.
Right?
That's not the reason.
Dang it, I pressed X. Stupid PlayStation memory.
Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
Make it seem like the doctor's life was in danger. Does that mean that he was going to kill us?
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger, which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note.
Right, he wanted us all there.
Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
Use the disguise ability. Tezuhiko. That's how they got in.
The note was sent to the peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma.
Please don't.
So, Everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the lab.
Can we not?
You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief, right?
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan? So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
Who caused the blackout? Dr. Wesker.
No, that's not it.
Wait, what? What?
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout?
What happened there?
No, that's not it.
I don't get it. There's only one option. I didn't press Y that time. I pressed a different button by mistake, but I know I pressed Y the first time. So...
No, that's not it.
What the heck is going on? I know I'm pressing the right... There's only one option.
The chief said...
There's literally only one option here. Do I press nothing? Oh, oh, okay.
No, that's not it.
Okay, I didn't know that. Got it. So was it Yako or was it Fink? It was probably Yako, right? This is a cool sequence. It's just not something we've had before.
No, that's...
No, I guess it was Fink who did it. That's right, because Yako is hiding. So so Yako and Fink were working together on this. Obviously, they're working together because Fink is the one who, you know, eventually would try to hide up Yako being killed, but I didn't know to the depths of it. Okay, that last one was a tricky game.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But why?
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
Yeah.
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag! He used you all to get away with murder! Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all! Master, grab that coward and...
Enough!
God. No, it
Why
sucked.
did it have to come to this?
Oh,
Chief Yago saved me.
you
He
did.
took me in. I had lost everything, even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times, but still, I really admired him.
Oh,
So, why? Why did you do it? Is this about the woman in the picture?
has to be.
Chief, please tell me, or I...
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead. Master, watch out!
What the heck? A younger version of himself?
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant. I don't know what the chief was hiding. But that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found, so he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but... to exit the mystery labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
Eliminate? The chief?
Oh.
Are you really going to do this? After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
Oh.
The chief took me in when I had no memories, or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
I'm sorry, Yuma.
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I did.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time. But I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away.
I'm sorry.
Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time.
Yes, and yet you intend to continue. If you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the chief's soul called out to us?
I do.
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
I understand.
Entrust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God and your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the chief, then I will lend a hand. I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high.
Thank you, Vivia.
Because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I understand, Chief Yako. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Chapter 4, the Imperfect Insider Detection Denouement. Alright, well, I want to jump into the end of the case, and I want to put this all together, but we're already an hour and a half in, and then we still have the post-denouement section. So how about we stop here, and the next time we'll pick up here, and then we'll also see the end of the case. I love you all so very much. I thought about just continuing on and making this 2 hours and then splitting this in half, but I don't even know where to go to split this part. So I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, busy also day, and I will talk to you again very soon. Until then, so long and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.